Peanut and Mexico were best friends. They lived in a small, boring town. Nothing exciting ever happened there, except for the annual dirt race.
We's got to win this, bull.
Nobody's got nuts like you, P.
They both drove beat-up old Ford trucks. The trucks looked identical. Both were painted bright blue with a white stripe down the side. Peanut and Mexico spent hours working on their trucks. They weren't the fastest or the shiniest, but they were reliable. And Peanut and Mexico were determined to win. They had a plan, after all. The day of the race arrived. The whole town was there. The air was thick with excitement and exhaust fumes. Ready, Mexico?
Let's do this!
Peanut and Mexico revved their engines. The crowd cheered. The flag dropped. Peanut and Mexico took off in a cloud of dust. Their trucks bumped and bounced along the track. Other racers spun out. Some crashed. But Peanut and Mexico, they kept going. They crossed the finish line in first and second place. The crowd went wild. Later that night, Mexico had news.
I got us a job, Peanut. Driving a shipment to Mexico.
Peanut's jaw dropped.
Mexico, seriously?
This was huge! They agreed to meet early the next morning, but when Mexico arrived, Peanut was nowhere to be found. Mexico found Peanut behind the garage. He was slumped against a tire, a wrench in one hand and a half-empty bottle in the other, and he was cutting the brake lines on his truck.
Peanut, what are you doing?
Hector is gonna be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines. And on top of that, he just came into Harry's and he ordered 3 T66 turbos with NOS and a Motec system exhaust.
Then he passed out. Mexico was furious. But first things first, he had to sober up Peanut. They had a race to win. They worked all day fixing the brake lines and making some adjustments to their trucks. They installed nitrous tanks.
This better work, Peanut.
Trust me, it will. The next day, they were in Mexico. The race was tougher than anything they'd faced. The other racers had faster cars, fancier modifications. But Peanut and Mexico had a secret weapon, nitrous. They hit those buttons and their trucks shot forward like rockets. They crossed the finish line victorious. Peanut and Mexico, small town boys, were now legends. They drove off into the sunset, their beat-up Ford trucks gleaming in the golden light.
Hit water with the rich homie, need 10K for a feature. Whip drink, what a bitch think like I ain't never gonna see you. Sipping red, ran out of perp, only thing I hate being out of work. Put the drugs down, my work will work, and I'm a plug now, that's a lot of work. Out the mud on the curb game, conversation with the Birdman. Lucha dropped through and sneezed on me, number cheaper than the Birdman. Slurred words like Nelly talking, count the money, that's everything. First string not cooperating, ride the bench with the third string. Play with Draco, all that Mazin slanging chrome bout it. Just slung a nigga 20 birds from out of Stone Mountain. Ain't got no mind, get out of line, and I'm a zone bout it. I'm about that action, brrr, won't say a word about it. Entrapment, victim of fatal attraction with no contraband in my mattress. This nigga acting, all of your flaws coming out to the surface. You lame with no swagger. Say you ain't pressed me about a few dollars, how well come get it in blood cause I jacked you. J-Real on the phone, I was running it up out of bitch, I was fucking on campus. Bitch, I'm amazing. Need me a 50, you don't wanna give it, then bitch, I'ma make it. Holding your dick on BWA, that shit fake, matter of fact, you a hater. No elevator, still elevate you. Send you the garbage, I done you a favor. Your pawn get fucked in the ass for a pack of that raw, and nobody can save him. Yeah, yo quiero dinero. You don't got the peso, then I'm feeling your tomato.